Coaches Connection, connecting you and the greater DMV to local sports programs, as well as the coaches that inspire our local youth.
Changing the lives of young persons through volleyball for years. Sister, can you tell everybody who you are?
My name is Alva Amaker. I am the AAU for Sports Director for Potomac Valley. My organization is DCPG Sports. Our volleyball program is called Spike It, which offers developmental volleyball training for athletes, males and females.
Okay.
And we have a volleyball club that operates out of Athletic Republic called AR Stars.
Okay.
And so as far as my role with volleyball, I am also the one of the volleyball coordinators for Athletic Republic.
Wonderful. That's a lot. Yeah. That's a lot. Now, you started, can I call you coach?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I had to ask that, because she has so many hats. That's it. Okay. So give us your background, because you're not only training, you've also been an athlete.
Yes.
Right? Yes. Tell us about that path.
Becoming an athlete, I started being an athlete when I was 8 years old.
Okay.
8 years old, kicked into basketball. Basketball was easy.
Okay.
Yeah, basketball was easy to get into because all you need is a rim and a ball.
Okay.
You're good.
All right.
But my passions were definitely basketball. Went to softball when I got into middle school. And then high school, added on a little bit of volleyball. Played volleyball maybe 1 year in high school. But I kept on with softball and basketball.
Got it.
After that, I went to college. We moved around so much, so that recruiting part, people couldn't find me.
Okay.
I moved so much when I was younger. And at that point, went to college. Went to Citrus State University, Ohio, Marauders. That is
represent.
HBCU. I went there and got the opportunity to walk on, but then there, life changes again. Financial aid issues, and so I then worked in athletics from the sports medicine side.
Got it. Okay.
However, then I played intramural sports, softball. So I still got my game on.
Yeah.
It didn't have to be, that rigor of the team. So, I always tell athletes, if that is your passion, there's always a way for you to do it.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't go the traditional way, or injuries happen or whatever happens, life happens.
Yes.
You make the adjustment, but still be able to execute and do what you love.
And that's what I want persons to understand. See, Coach Connection on this platform, we want you to know that young students are giving the tools to make intelligent decisions. So can you tell us one of those life lessons that you've learned from one of your coaches that you are now giving to some of the young persons that you're coaching?
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
Be a character person.
Yeah.
Because that's all you have to live off of. People see you, they see what you project.
Yeah.
They see more what you project than based on what you say.
Yeah.
Because we always try to say the right thing, but then people watch what you do.
Yeah.
And so therefore be character, do the right thing. And that's from being involved with sports. And most of the coaches I've had that same thread, because again, you got to look at when you're a team member, you are a part of a family and you play a role.
Okay, all right.
And everybody brings something. So if you do something, whether it's at home or at school, academically, you get pulled out, that means now the family's broken.
Ooh.
And that part that you have contributed to is no longer there.
Got it.
You got to understand that the picture is bigger than yourself when you become a team member.
When you become a team member, the picture is bigger than yourself.
Because your impact.
See, these are the types of lessons that a lot of times persons who have not participated in organized, you playing ball in your neighborhood is one thing, right? But you being a part of an organized sport environment kind of changes things.
Definitely.
Can you kind of talk about the impact that you need the community to know that you all are having on these young persons' lives?
Wow. Any coach or any person that's a coach, that whether it's in high school, community league, whatever the case may be, if they're coaching and you have that opportunity to take your child to them, one, you are entrusting individuals to take care of them. So therefore, that mother-father hat automatically comes on. Because at the end of the day, no coach wants to send or have to make that telephone call. Or I know I can speak for the coaches I have in my circle.
Okay.
And definitely do when I ever want to have to make the call that something happened to their child.
Yeah, don't want to get that
the
call.
level of importance of what we do is, we are your extended family if you allow us to be.
Yeah.
And sometimes, coaches can get children to do better in school than the parents can. And they was like, Coach said, so I better do that.
Oh, really? Coach said.
Well, Coach said you wash them dishes, right? And that's why I say do what you got to do at home, whatever the case may be. And as coaches, we are able to make connections with athletes because some of the pressures we allow them to make the mistakes.
Okay.
Sometimes parents, we have the expectation and giving them too much expectation and not allowing them to make the mistakes or making them feel bad because they made it. Got it. And we know that as coaches that the growth of a person, the growth of an athlete goes in stages. Yes. And it has to be allowed to be developed. And that's one of the fights right now that we're having in sports is because automatically we want kids at 8 years old to be elite. And so we got to be mindful of putting tags on children. Got it. While they are still really young, because sometimes they don't even know that they're doing it for themselves. And then when they not realize that I don't really like this particular sport. Right. I want to try something else. I want to try something else, and parents got to be willing to allow them to do something else because now their bodies are going to shift and going to adjust. So where you thought you was going to be that 6'5", whatever, you might be 5'11". And that's it. Can you adjust? Because the atmosphere and the measurables for becoming that collegiate athlete, they're out there. And so that is still looking at what's the best fit for you. That's why when the children have the opportunity to participate in a variety of sports, you let them see where their passions really lie. Because their skill sets, their athletes, is gonna adjust regardless of where they are. That's what, Yeah, I mean, that is real talk. And that's why we have Coach Connections, because a lot of times our parents, especially those who have not participated, don't really know. Your father played basketball, so I'm going to have you in basketball no matter what. Well, I want to throw. I might have the arm, not for, but I might have And so how can our parents make those intelligent decisions when it comes to putting our children in the right environment and making sure our children have the support they need to, be proficient or excel? Well, currently what you all are doing right now, which is getting a variety of individuals up that offer athletic programs to the families is critical. Because we definitely got to be able to allow our children to be exposed to more. So give them an opportunity to sample through their elementary, middle school years. By the time they get to middle school, 8th grade, and they have some samplings, they kind of like, I really like soccer, or I really like lacrosse, or, but if you only give them the one, like that's having a one meal. You eat that same meal every day. At some point, get your greens. You're going to get sick of the meal, but that's all I'm going to eat, so you're going to still eat it. Right. So if you let them have the sampling of what's offered, and then we as a community have to do better with what we offer. So as a sports organization, DCPG Sports, we have in our checklist, we say, what do you want to play? Women's flag football or girls flag football is major right now. So later this month, the announcement's coming out for open house for anybody that wants to play, introduce themselves to flag football. Got it. DC already has it in their schools. Prince George's County does it. So we got a lot of this across the country. Nike gave grants out to high schools to put together a program. You see any programs? So I'm saying we're missing the boat on a lot of different things. Lacrosse, intro to lacrosse. So our organization. My daughter played lacrosse. Yes. And I was like, I'm out there trying to help her, but it was a learning curve for me also too. It's definitely then we try to also do things that doesn't have such a heavy cost. Because we have the issue, and one of my mottos is that with DCPG is where preparation meets opportunity. Say that really slow. Say that again. Where preparation meets opportunity. All right. That's our motto of DCPG Sports. Because we prepare you to be ready to, if it comes open, you're ready. So, I experienced that. I know about that.
Got it.
Everything's
Got
not
it.
brand new to you. Starting out raw.
Yes. So let's dive into this. You've been talking about this organization. Tell us, how could a parent or a person who want to write a check or volunteer connect directly to this organization that is changing so many lives?
All right. You can go right to dcpgsports.com on the website. 301-404-1263 is the telephone number, and that's the easiest way.
Yeah.
You know, because there's a checklist. You know, as soon as you go on to different sites, you'll see everything. Telephone numbers are there. Contact information is there. If you click the registration form that's at the very top, it will take you to where you can do your sampling. Then I will get your information, and then you can. I can definitely reach back out to you. Okay. And
so, now people like to hear success stories. And we know a lot about all of the young persons that you are coaching. Give everyone else a few examples of some of the success stories that have come through your program.
Oh wow. Okay. Let me see which one I'm gonna go with.
Okay. Oh, see, I love it. She has a plethora.
It's because the thing is, we pretty much, like, when I started DCPG, it was because I had one player. She was at that point 5'9". Okay. Freshman in high school. Okay. She was going around with her brother. You know, when he was on his visits, going around to colleges, and then she said everybody that asked her when she, just with the family. Yeah. They said, well, what club do you play for? What sport do you play? She said, volleyball. What club do you play for? Right. She'd come back and say, Coach, what is club? I'm like, club. And at that point, I wasn't really familiar with it. And so I did my research. And I connected with Sheila Weaver, who was at that point UDC's athletic director. Yes,
powerful sister. Yes. Impacting a lot of lives.
So she and I, because she couldn't become a club director because she previously was, and that's where her history goes. And she couldn't because she was an NCAA coach. Okay. So then she said, well, come to this meeting with me. Right.
Let me show you how it's done, right?
And next thing you know, was this 12? This is 2000? Yeah, 12 years later, I'm still here. You know, and so
making a
with
difference.
that young lady, her name was Caitlin Thomas. She was the first one, and then on that team itself, on that team that team was just filled with athletes. Yeah. And all of them, and we went from that season. I started club. We went from high school to club season. November. All right. Softball season. And still playing club through the spring. The club is not over till May. Okay. So I was their coach from volleyball to club to softball season, high school. Yes. Back to still playing club. Then they got summertime.
I got it.
Those that play softball with me, they end up doing summer league softball with me as well. Yeah. And that young lady ended up going to Marymount, and she's now assistant coach at Marymount. See, you having an opportunity to be a part of so many of our young persons by volunteering or writing the check. I'm gonna be real with you. Our students are not coming from silver spoons or gold spoons, but they're full with opportunities that if you help a little, you'll change a life. Yeah. So, one more time, when you think about the impact that these athletic departments are having in our children's lives, what can you say to get people to know that we can amplify the impact if we do what? If you support. Right now we know that capacity is limited in facilities, but one thing I look at when I was an athletic director, I would always question, like when the child is playing PVD, you got grandma, auntie, people coming in and out of town to watch little baby play. They get to middle school, it starts to fall off. Yeah. They get to high school, there's some parents that haven't seen a high school game ever of their children. Yeah. And I'm like, where does the support go? Yeah. They did everything you wanted them to do for being a child, and you had a mob of people watching. Yeah. They get to high school, not one person in the stand. Yeah. So one support. Support the program that they're a part of. You're not going to always like the coach. You're not going to always like the management of the athletic department, whatever. But at the end of the day, this is where your child is.
And it's about the child, right? Yeah.
Make it better.
Yeah.
I mean, make it better by saying, if you know something, a better way to operate, then say, give a suggestion. Don't beat it down and just talk negatively about it. And then, because again, that's when your child begins to start feeling a certain kind of way. I always tell parents that don't degrade the coach in front of the child. You may question some of the things like, why did coach do that? But don't degrade the coach, because that kind of thing will have the kid looking at you. You don't know how to do that anyway.
Right.
Because if everybody could coach it, then you would be.
Right. If everybody could duck, it wouldn't be amazing when you see one, right?
Exactly. So I mean, be involved in the fundraising programs that they offer. Or if you you don't have to have a formal fundraiser. Just like say, write a check and donate it to the program.
Right. Yeah, because a lot of those fundraisers, by the time you put the time and the money, and then the little percentage you get, it's like, okay, we're thankful because we got some, because it's very costly. Can you tell parents, tell the people who maybe not even be parents out here that's watching the show, what is a typical cost of a season per child?
Well, for high school, the cost per season is not as much, because the primary thing that an athlete has to get when they're playing high school within the high school program is their spirit pack.
Okay.
The spirit pack might include their tennis shoes, the warm-ups, and those things that they keep.
Okay, how much is it?
Because, of course, a uniform, that can go, I've seen them go anywhere up to $350.
Oh, she said there's not that much.
No, I'm just saying, compared. Compared to, so that would be, I think, the top of the line, because most of these things, that's if you want to get everything in that package.
Well, our children should have everything. Our children should have everything. Our children should.
The option to have everything.
Okay, all right.
You might want the 2-shoot shirt
Yeah,
morning,
right.
and
because see, like you said, our children are giving up lots of things from elementary, and the discipline that they're putting towards their body, their mind, and their future. We should make sure our children have what they need to excel, right? And I know that we've learned how to make do. We've learned how to make do. But here at Coach Connection, we believe when we come together, we can give our children exactly what they need to compete on a level of being excellent. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, Coach, one more time. How can we reach you? Because I can talk to you for hours. How do we reach you? How do our parents, how do our community support you?
All right, you can support DCPG Sports and the host of young ladies that come in, and some young men. And I'm really pushing for, if you got any sons that are not playing any sport, but they have a desire to play, but don't know, they don't want to do the traditional. Please, I'm saying, I get calls from coaches all the time about men's volleyball.
Okay. Yeah, I like volleyball.
Boys volleyball. Yeah. I always will have boys practice against the girls.
Yeah.
The girls, because they jump higher, they swing harder.
Okay.
And if my players can block that,
then
the next female,
you got some strategy here.
Yeah, I mean,
got some strategy.
It's always a method to the madness. But again, DCPGsports.com. and 301-404-1263 are the easiest ways to get me. I'm at email at ala@dcpgsports.com.
And if you stay tuned, you'll be able to see a couple of examples of the dynamic students that she's training. Again, I'm Farrar Tate, and this is another edition of Coach Connection. We need you to connect to our coaches, our community, to empower our children's future today. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Coaches Connection, connecting you and the greater DMV to local sports programs, as well as the coaches that inspire our local youth. This show has been brought to you by the Scholar Athlete Sports Network, SASN.TV.